My name is Denise Fleming. I became a drug dealer in the 80s. I served prison time in the 90s. And now I'm living amongst the powerful, rich, and famous in LA. They call me the Hollywood Queenpin. I think with anything in life, when you're around something enough, you're gonna, pick up those habits. So by hanging around my brother and Jimmy, drug dealing is just something that just really kind of came so natural to me. I really wasn't in tune of what I was actually even doing. Like for me, I could have been jarring tomato sauce. For me, that's what cocaine was. So I think that gave me a little edge where it made me fearless. My mom's doing her thing. She's working at the cafe. She's having a great time. My dad's doing his thing. So it's kind of me and Stacy and Jeff and Jimmy kind of against the world. Stacy and I were driving around and we're in just a bikini top, cut off shorts. We're listening to Madonna. I was having so much fun. I just felt like school just holding me back. So Stacy and I dropped out of school when we were 17 years old. Jeff and Jimmy, they were up in their game. They weren't selling ounces or pounds anymore. They were buying kilos, and they were really proud of it. During this time, Jimmy introduced me to everybody that he was working with, and they were pretty big hitters in the cocaine industry. I was very confident. I wasn't scared. I could definitely hold my own. He knew that about me. Jimmy always was really smart about drug dealing. However, he did go against his judgment and he ended up selling, I think it was 2 kilos, to somebody that was an undercover cop. He called me on the phone and he's like, come outside, come outside. So I ran outside and there was 2 black and white cop cars. Lights were flashing. He's on the ground and they cuffed him and we just locked eyes. And that's when I was like, oh, I love him. I started dating Jimmy right after he got out on bail. Even though he was looking at time and he was going to court, he still wasn't legit. And there was an order coming in, like he had to move like 10 kilos of cocaine, and I got really scared. I don't want you to get in trouble anymore, and oh my gosh, the time that you'd be looking at now would probably be doubled. I was like, I'll do it. I don't care. Like, it's just a drive, it's just coke. It's not a big deal. I'll just throw it in the car and I'll drive it from A to B. It was really important for me to show Jimmy that, I wanted to help him. I wanted to get him through his hard times, and I was there, solid as a rock. At the time, my brother Greg was living in LA, and he was hustling, he was working hard. And he would come down to Orange County to visit us, and he was like, what's with all this money? It's like raining money with you guys.
I was conflicted. Like, I know this is wrong, but they're making all this money, and I'm tired of sweating, working 3 jobs. And so I started to drug deal like my sister and brother did.
At this time, kilos were coming in, and I had all the connections. I had credit with the Colombians, I had credit with the Mexicans, I had credit with the Peruvians. They would give me kilos, just hand them over to me, and they knew in like 4 days I'd come back with the money. There was a lot of money to be made, but there was a lot more money to be made if we took that product and we doubled it. So at this time, I would go into these hotels and use their kitchenettes.
I would walk into the hotel room and there would be 10 kilos, 20,000 each, $200,000. And they were gonna turn that into 400,000. So we would take 1 kilo and we would turn it into 2.
We would add some powder to it.
Inositol is a vitamin supplement and it's white. So it would work really good mixing up with the Coke.
When I got done packaging those kilos of cocaine, I was proud of my work, so I would put my initials on it, like all the other kingpins did.